Hi, this is Empress. I am here to answer a couple of questions just for you, the Empress VIP fan club. All right. The first question is, how is it to be the first governor of DC? It's all right. Further honesty, it has interrupted my life. I did not plan to be in politics or in government in this resort because my private sector company does have an office of political affairs, and so there was no need for me to work directly in government. So I would say it interrupted my life. It's an imposition on my quality of life because the bearing differential between being a government official and having private wealth is a vast chasm. So I would say it's imposed on my quality of life. And so far, I've encountered a majority of incompetence. So I'm thinking it's one thing becoming governor because of what was expressed to me by the officials, what they wanted as far as the DC statehood, but then to speak to persons and find that, we're not really on the same sheet of music when I only have the sheet music that they gave me. I did not originate anything coming in. I just picked up where everyone was and did the things that needed to be done. And I feel that I'm dealing with counterproductivity with regard. That's way more stress than I want to deal with at all. So that's how it is to be governor. I will say that I know I do a great job, and I expect things to get better. I really do. I hope. The next question was, how does it affect you when people say DC doesn't have a governor? I take it as those are the persons that don't want for DC to become a state. People who are complacent, who are okay with DC the way it is, just being barely a city or under a home rule charter, those are the ones who are saying DC doesn't have a governor. Anyone that wants a statehood for DC has to know that each state has to have a governor. Now, with regard, if they didn't want me to be governor, then they should not have selected me. That's my first thing. So that's the way it affects me. I'm like, well, is it me or is it you don't want a statehood? And if it's me, I have no problem with you picking someone else. That's my view on it. If it's that they don't want a statehood, well, they're really overruled by the majority of persons here who do want a statehood. And the persons that do will agree that I've done an excellent job. My installation package has won awards, and we are in a state of transition where we have to give time for each department, organization, agency, and individual to do their part and do their job. We can't rush the process. Only so much can be done at one particular time. But I haven't received any pay. No one's tried to find a better living arrangement for me. I've not received any reciprocity for the hard work that I've put in, and that I'm in an executive state of emergency at this time justifies my not getting any more work done. So I say, if it's that they didn't want a state, they don't want DC to be a state, well, that's somebody else's problem because the overwhelming majority want to become a state. And if it's me because someone had a problem with me and they didn't want me to be governor, then find someone else. And I'll get paid for my work one way or the other. So that's pretty much how it has affected me, to put me in that mindset. I don't like dealing with counterproductive people. And I found that many persons who are supposed to be on board have turned out to be quite obnoxious and incompetent. And so with my coming into classified status, then they would either be eliminated from position or replaced as needed. And well, there's a lot of persons who feel the exact same way that I feel, and that's why I haven't given up on it. But I do want to be honest about how it's affecting me, because when I came to DC, I came to DC for business reasons, to conduct business with the IRS. I wound up buying a house, and so I'm a resident, but then my property was embezzled, and there are some other things going on with some of my other commercial real property. And I was like, well, thinking to myself, I could have just done what I had to do and kept trucking to New York, because my money spends anywhere in the United States of America. Just like I bought a house in DC, I can buy a house somewhere else. However, I'm committed and dedicated at this point until such time that I cannot do anything. And so I'm just saying I could do without all of the obnoxiousness. I don't really care what anyone says, thinks, or feels, as long as I am compliant with the government, with our nation. See, I asked not what my nation could do for me, and I just did what I could do for my country, and that makes all the difference in the world. I don't really care about others who aren't compliant and who aren't with the program, because I am, and I have no reason to be intimidated by any federal forces, because I'm compliant. And in all honesty, it is what it is, and that's how it is. And the Empress VIP Fan Club, I want to thank you all for your undying support, for your loyalty, and also for giving me the opportunity to vent this out, that I feel this way. And you all have a great day.